Most of the decisions that shape our lives never feel important when we make them. They don't arrive with pressure or visible consequence. They don't feel like turning points or moments we'll remember later. They feel small, ordinary, almost invisible. We make them in passing, between other thoughts, assuming they won't matter very much in the long run. After all, life continues either way. Nothing dramatic changes. The day moves on. But small decisions have a different way of working. They don't announce their impact. They don't show their weight immediately. Instead, they settle quietly into our routines, repeating themselves day after day, slowly shaping how our lives feel from the inside. Over time, these choices begin to accumulate, not loudly, not suddenly, but patiently. And one day, we notice a sense of heaviness we can't quite trace back to a single moment, a feeling shaped not by one big decision, but by many small ones made without much attention. This is the quiet weight of small decisions. Welcome to Quietly Important Life, a place to slow down and notice the subtle choices that quietly shape how our days feel. Today, we're reflecting on the quiet weight of small decisions, the everyday choices that don't demand attention, but gently influence the direction of our lives over time. Small decisions happen constantly, choosing how to begin the day, deciding whether to pause or rush, picking convenience over intention or intention over ease. None of these moments feel significant on their own. They don't stop us in our tracks. Life continues smoothly either way, and that's what makes them so easy to overlook. Because nothing immediately changes, we assume nothing important has happened. But small decisions don't work in isolation. They accumulate. They stack quietly, one on top of another, shaping patterns that feel natural simply because they're familiar. Over time, these patterns become routines, and routines slowly begin to feel like identity. A choice made once is just a moment. A choice repeated becomes a habit. And habits, formed quietly, have a way of guiding us without asking for permission. The quiet weight of small decisions often shows up in how we use our time. Choosing to postpone rest, choosing to fill empty moments automatically, choosing productivity over pause because it feels responsible. Each decision feels reasonable, none of them feel harmful, yet taken together, they can slowly create days that feel full, but not spacious, busy, but not grounded. Time doesn't tell us when it's becoming unbalanced. It simply responds to what we choose again and again. The same is true in relationships. Small decisions shape connection more than grand gestures ever could. Choosing whether to listen fully or halfway. Choosing to say something honest or let it pass. Choosing comfort over clarity. These moments don't feel dramatic. They don't create immediate distance. But repeated over time, they shape how safe, seen, and understood a relationship feels. Silence, when chosen repeatedly, becomes its own message. Not because it's wrong, but because it carries meaning whether we intend it to or not. Small decisions also shape how we relate to ourselves. Choosing to ignore subtle fatigue, choosing to dismiss quiet emotions, choosing to push through rather than pause. None of these choices feel like neglect. They feel practical, responsible, even admirable. But over time, consistently choosing against our own signals teaches us to stop listening to them altogether. The weight doesn't arrive suddenly. It settles slowly. So slowly that we often don't notice until something feels heavier than expected. Our environments carry the same story. Choosing not to adjust what feels slightly uncomfortable. Choosing to work around small inconveniences rather than address them. Choosing good enough again and again. Each choice makes sense in the moment. But gradually, our surroundings begin to reflect the choices we've been making. Functional, but not supportive. Familiar, but not nourishing. None of this happens because we choose poorly. It happens because small decisions rarely feel deserving of reflection. They don't ask us to slow down. They don't demand awareness. They simply pass through us, unnoticed. But the quiet weight of small decisions isn't something to fear. It's something to understand. Because the same accumulation that creates strain can also create ease. The same quiet repetition that shapes imbalance can gently shape balance instead. Small decisions made with awareness don't need to be perfect. They only need to be kind. Kind to our time. Kind to our energy. Kind to the lives we're slowly building, one ordinary moment at a time. The most meaningful shifts often come from noticing earlier, from pausing just long enough to ask, what does this choice support in my life? Not dramatically, not critically, just curiously, because awareness doesn't remove freedom, it restores it. It gives us space to choose rather than react, to respond gently instead of moving automatically through moments that quietly shape our days. When we notice earlier, small decisions stop feeling insignificant. They become opportunities. Not opportunities to perfect ourselves, but to align ourselves. To choose in ways that support how we want life to feel, not just how efficiently it moves. Over time, these gentle moments of awareness create a rhythm that feels steadier, more intentional, and more supportive than any single dramatic change ever could. This is the heart of quietly important life. Understanding that life isn't shaped only by big moments or bold decisions, but by the quiet choices we repeat when no one is watching. The choices we make when there's no audience, no pressure, and no immediate reward. Choosing presence over autopilot, intention over habit, curiosity over judgment, allowing small decisions to quietly support a life that feels lighter, more balanced, and more aligned over time. A calmer life isn't built through constant effort. It's shaped through awareness applied gently, again and again, through small pauses, through thoughtful choices, through noticing what feels supportive and adjusting with care. These shifts may not look impressive from the outside, but they change how life feels on the inside, and that's where they matter most. If this reflection felt grounding or helped you notice a small decision in your own day, you're warmly invited to stay. Subscribe to Quietly Important Life for more calm, thoughtful reflections on the everyday choices that quietly shape how we live. Thank you for being here and for sharing this quiet moment. Until next time, take care, especially of the small decisions. They carry more weight than they seem, and when noticed with kindness, they can quietly guide us toward a life that feels more easeful and intentional.